Good morning. This is Mike Snelson with Parkway Business Solutions. This morning I wanted to talk about a problem you may have faced in QuickBooks Online and maybe a quick solution to help you with it. So the problem is that occasionally when making a deposit, or forgive me, when you're working with a payment, um, you can run across a message that says you can't work with the payment because it's already been put into a deposit, and so it kind of locks that payment in place. You see this in QuickBooks Desktop too, and actually the same exact tactic works in Desktop, but I just thought I'd show you this quick kind of workaround in QuickBooks Online today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go over to my customers and I'll look for a payment. So I'm going to go to Amy's Bird Sanctuary and look at this first payment. And it's already selected to an invoice. It's already for Amy's Bird Sanctuary, and depending on what thing you might try to change, you could possibly get a message stating that you can't really change the payment because it's already connected to a deposit. And we can see that it's connected to a deposit right up here. So I'm going to click on that deposit. And in QuickBooks Desktop, you would use Control H as in Henry to look at the transaction history, and you would be able to check for a deposit from a payment or vice versa. So then I'm going to come in, I'm going to find Amy's Bird Sanctuary payment and $220. Now what I can do to shortcut and not have to rebuild this entire deposit is I can just unselect Amy's Bird Sanctuary from the deposit, in essence doing what QuickBooks has asked us to do, which is remove it from the deposit. And then to keep my original amount in my deposit, I'm going to add a space saver here, and that'll bring me back up to my initial deposit amount because I basically just took Amy's Bird Sanctuary total here and added it as an additional line item while I'm working with Amy's Bird Sanctuary's total. The other thing I'll do is I'm going to note the total amount of the deposit. It's helpful, and I might even post it really quickly on my my desktop, and that way I can access it later. So now I will save and close the deposit. It takes me back to my payment for Amy's Bird Sanctuary, and now I can play with the payment. I could change the name on it. If I wanted to, I can do pretty much whatever I want because I've done what QuickBooks required by taking it out of the deposit. So for now, I'll set it back up. It was doing good just the way it was. Then what I'll do is to close out this process, I can go into my search field and I have my total from my deposit. I'll find my deposit, reselect Amy's Bird Sanctuary, and remove my place saver line item down here, and save and close. And then I'm back in business. I've been able to change my payment. My deposit remained intact. This doesn't affect your reconciliation, so you can continue to do these things and it'll remain reconciled because you haven't changed the amount in the reconciliation, nor have you deleted the deposit that was reconciled. So hopefully you find this as helpful as I have, and best of luck out there.
If you've got additional questions or looking for some advice, feel free to leave a comment below or reach out to us directly at info@parkwaymail.com. And as always, here's wishing you a very successful week.